Right, folks, you know the drill. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, which can mean only one thing. It's Sunday night time. So you know the drill. I need 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, and 1 to put a smile on my face. Come on, folks. Oh, yeah, here they come. You quick off the mark, you lot, today? Let's do this. Greetings and salutations. I am not overexposed. Maybe a little dark, but at least I don't look like Palpatine tonight. How are you, folks? It's been a wonderful week. We are a week away from Christmas and we are starting our week countdown. Yeah, what I mean by my week countdown is every night, yeah, from now until Christmas, I'll be streaming at 9 p.m. Yeah, UK time. So Sunday night tonight, we're going to have a chat for an hour and a half. Tomorrow night, we're going to get stuck into, into our building and that sort of stuff. And I'll be building on the channel 9 o'clock every night. And you've got vlogs coming out this week as well. Mel's been a busy boy. But how are you all? I see lots of people. US Libertarian, Edith, Roberto, Mickey, Benjamin, Paul, B. Mozer, Gordon, Anfield, Joanne, McArma, Rinella, Night Terrain, Peter Webb, Heartless Joe, Immersive Crafter, hello mate, Tim, and we're 3 days away from a fresh lockdown in Germany, so there's that. I think, we're in a lockdown currently in the UK. I'm certainly in a lockdown in Stoke-on-Trent because we're tier 3, which is the highest tier. But I think they're letting us off for Christmas, because like COVID's taking Christmas off. Now, the competition is open. With regards to viewers, I'm multi-streaming. We're doing the multi-platform thing again. So you guys in the comments and in the chat can see on the screen that we've got our Twitchers, we've got our Facebookers, we've also got the Google Doc open. Now, if you haven't been to a proper Sunday nighter, it's been a long time. I apologise. I've been getting back into the stream of things, literally. But the Sunday Nighter is a question and answer show. It's your opportunity to get your terrain questions, ask them me. I give them a little think to see where I can come up. Then I normally bounce them to the Terrainiacs and they figure them out. It's dead simple, but you get your answer either way. Now, the Google Doc is open. It should be down below in the description. And if it isn't on Twitch or something like that, just give a shout out and one of the mods will throw the link in. Yeah, or I will. In fact, I'm such a lovely guy. Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Yeah, let's see if this works. Does Mel have the power or should I leave it to the mods? I think I've got the power. See if what it posts on. It's posted on everything but Facebook. What can you do? Right, I've got 7 questions in at the moment. Rinel's got Tiger Tank, Tim's in, Diggers, Pete and Fenris. So let's stock those questions up. We'll have a little bit of a chat. Now remember, folks, if you are liking the stream, there are links down below to love the stream. Yeah, tonight's show is sponsored by the Flockit mug. Yeah, it's pinned up in the chat comments. Still haven't figured this lot out. Now, the interesting thing is, tonight I've upgraded Restream and everything like I promised with your guys' support. Thank you for that. Yeah, remember, if you do support the channel down below, you are supporting me and the channel, so it gets better for everyone. Yeah, so tonight we are streaming not just to Facebook, yeah, but we're streaming to the Terrainiacs group and my public page. Yeah, I've upgraded things. It's a whole new world. So the Terrainiacs are in the house. We've got about 150 people watching. Hello. We've got about 100 people on YouTube, 6 on Twitch, and the rest of you are Facebookers. Right. Hello, Mel from Bucharest. Hello from Belarus. Hey, Cat. Diggs Minute. Since my kid is a doctor in a very busy, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks. Oh, it's we got a doctor. Nice one. Pagan's a bit late. Hell yeah, dude. We did that bit. Now I've already seen PayPal's come in. Thank you. Yeah. Is the Flockit mug available in a metal enamel version? Oh, you shut up, Martin. With the amount of hammer you gave that mug, it's no. I'm not surprised the handle broke. This is Martin, one of my supports. Yeah, one of my close friends, you know, just giving me grief. Twitch test, Mozza, it's working. Evening from Holland. Right, folks, where in the world are you? Let's have a little location shout out. Yeah, so let me know in the world where you are. Come on. Yeah, I want region, country. Don't say up the road. It scares me. It worries me about, you know, ordering pizzas and people turning up at my door. Scotland. Oh, we've got a super chat coming in. Oh, thank you. That should ding. Merseyside, California, Midwest USA, North Lancashire, Sweden, Suffolk, Bucharest, Budapest, Finland, Norway, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Denmark, Central Scotland in the rain, Tier 3 Lincoln, Tier 3 mate, just up the road in Congleton, that's okay Armour, Kent, Italy, Texas, oh Italy, Roberto, yeah, got one. Now you may be wondering what that little comment was about. Okay, dead simple. Yeah, Finland, San Diego could be good. Northeast England. Mel needs a holiday. Burger King Park, Deptford. Mel needs a holiday, that's what it is. Yeah, Mel's looking, yeah, to do like a terrain tour next year. Mel needs the sun. Diggers has just started the miniature channel today. Welcome aboard, bud. Good luck. Don't come to Tennessee. Why is that, Legion? To be truthful, I'd love to come to the States, but obviously we currently have, you know, things going on. Yeah. Adepticon has been cancelled for next year now, so it's not going through in 2021. So the next Adepticon is 2022. I'll be swimming across for that. You want sun? Highly recommend the Canary Islands. That's great, but I don't want to be Billy No Mates and go alone. Yeah, so I'm looking to, like, you know, connect with Terrainiacs around the world. I was thinking like a little nip to Spain, you know, maybe spend some time with the Scratch Attack guys. Yeah. Oh, what shall it? Maine, USA, and my essential book is on the way. Yes, not had an official update from Dave. Caught him on the Game Trade Media stream. Yeah, and he let it know on the stream that Warlord should have the rest of the daily batches out this week, which technically means we should get them all out. Yeah. As I understand it, they've just been chunking through a list. Yeah, and so it hasn't been read country specific, so they haven't done all the UK first, or all the US first, or all the rest of the world first, or anything like that. From what I can gather, they've been like, right, everyone who's just got the book, everyone who's got the book and this poster, everyone who's got the book and this poster and the card, everyone who's got the book and the card. You know, I think that's the way they've been doing it. I'm not 100% sure, but all those should be out the door. Yeah, this week. Malta is awesome for inspiration. I love Malta. Went there as a kid. Stayed in the Sandy Bay Hotel, I think we stayed in. Yeah, on an environmental science field trip. There was no sand, but there was a vending machine that sold bottles of Sol, the local beer. Yeah, down on the on the beach, which our teachers weren't really happy to find out we'd found a way of getting alcohol without navigating them monitoring the bar in the hotel, because there was only us. I mean, it was January. There was only us in this hotel and 6 Germans. So you got like 30 environmental science students, 6 students. Yeah. Oh, people are messaging. Right, so, yeah, Malta's a lovely place. Never knew there was a real terrain thing there going on. And people are asking about the book and if they'll be able to purchase it. Yes, you'll be able to get it from street date, I believe, is the 29th of January. Yeah. If your local friendly gaming store stocks Warlord products, they'll be able to get it. Yeah. If you're in the UK, if they stock Warlord, ask them to pre-order your copy, because Warlord's the main distributor for UK, Europe, and basically, if they've got Warlord products, they'll be able to get the book. Yeah. In the US, all you need to do, same sort of thing. If they carry Warlord, yeah, you should be okay. Just check with your gaming store if they order from Alliance or Bridge Distribution. Yeah, and they'll be able to pre-order you a copy when they put their order in with there. Yeah. Other than that, it will be available online. Warlord website, Ironheart Artisans in the US, so you can order it direct as well. Done. Need to put that down below, I think, until we get it out and everyone like that. Right. James, the people are very friendly. The forts in Malta are fantastic. Yeah, yeah. I almost got arrested by a soldier in Malta. Was it Valletta or Valencia? Yeah, this big military base. Yeah, right down by the edge of the city, by the sea. We're walking along, and it's got all the, yeah, they've got relatively low walls. So me being me, yeah, I think, oh, I'll have a peek over into the barracks. Onto me arms, big thick walls, onto me arms at the top of these walls, and I'm like, ooh. Then I look down, and there's one of those rubber air hoses. Yeah, that's running along the top of this wall that I couldn't see when I jumped up. And I've sort of pressed my arms down on it. I'm like, what's the bet? That's making a dinging sound somewhere. Yeah, and then around this corner in this sort of courtyard comes this sergeant guy, sort of like eyes up this young tourist. Sort of, okay, bye. Font St. Elmo for Valletta, yeah. Was it Valencia as the walled city, the silent city? That was amazing. And the little holes in the walls, the drink holes, for when the plague was around and they used to put the booze through it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 3D printed terrain for the future. We'll have to get a 3D printer. There is no budget for a 3D printer. I've blown the budget on the cameras and that sort of stuff as a promise for the Kickstarter. So the budget is incredibly tight because of the tax man. Yeah. So, yeah, I love 3D printer terrain. We just need to get me a 3D printer. Yeah. I mean, I've got a lovely quiet house for it to sit in. So anyway, right, question doc. First thing I'm going to do is we'll do PayPal shoutouts in a minute. I haven't seen that super chat. I see what you call it. I see where it's come up on the mini feed. But where's the Where's the alarm box? Right. Let me just refresh that. There you go. Need to get Gordon on the screen. I'd switched the alarm box off, so I didn't know if anyone had done. Yeah, now, so in my mini feed, it's only Gordon that's gone through super chatted, but there should be links down below if you want your name on screen with stream chat. I have a 3D printer where I could sell the stuff I make from it. Any thoughts? Plenty of people are doing that, mate. I know a few people who are running, like printer farms, with 30 odd machines in a room going. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, it's just a different form of manufacture. Right, I am going to do some Google I'm going to do some PayPal shout outs because I don't want to miss any of you. Links down below, and then after that, what we'll do is we will jump into the questions because I've got quite a few building up. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward. Hakala Halui, Terrainiacs, how's Willow and Corb doing? Willow is fine. She's finally getting over the flu that she gave me, and I'm just down to a little sniffles. As you can see, looking a lot better. Yeah, Corbin's in a cop. Because you got told off for like taking over like Dad's home office studio and turning it into Gamer Boy Central. So teenagers, yeah, but all is good with the family. Right, I think I've only got one PayPal, but let me just very quickly do that. Yeah, I think, yeah. Any message? think it's from our Otis, Diane. Yeah, just a fiver, but thank you, darling, thank you. Right, should we do some questions? Drooling over your AdMech terrain behind you. Yeah, that's coming on. Join the stream tomorrow night. You'll be able to take a better look at it. Right, should we get into some terrain-related questions? Ask now. Right, I've got 8 questions so far, which means we should know that's about. We'll see how we go. Use the camera budget on lottery tickets and you'll have, hopefully, money for both cameras and 3D printer. Don't work like that. Right. Okay. Microphone's in the way. Righty-ho. Individuals. So we've got a question from Peter now. Pre-show question. Google Doc goes out before the show, so if you can't make the show, you can leave your questions and then watch the show later. Yeah. See, looking after you. I've got your back. It's okay. Where's my mouse? Right. I have to make some decent sized marshes for infamy. Yeah. Can I do it without dremeling out MDF? Yes, you can. Yeah. Hey, Trace. What do you call it? Yeah, making swamps. Swamps can be a challenge, okay? The reason being is it's low-lying water features, yeah? Which means, obviously, if you want to put water in, as in water effects, resin, etc., you got to make the dips. And it's already low-lying already. So, old school technique was, Dremel out MDF. It's easy to do, yeah, but it can be a bit dusty, a bit labour-intensive, that sort of stuff. Methods I've recently changed to, and it is in the actual book, is using a gloop, a ground gloop, a substructure gloop, and thin plasticard. Yeah, so I suppose you could do this with thin foam X as well. Yeah, EPVC, but not what you call it. I wouldn't do it with actual polystyrene foam board. But basically, yeah, cut yourself like 1mm plasticard, and then mix filler with paper. Make it into a gloop, bit of PVA in there, not too much, just a little, just to help hold it together. Yeah, so let's say 5 parts watercolor paper, 4 parts filler, 1 part PVA. This is the book. Now when I say a bit of this, a bit of that, because Dave always went, give me the ratio. Yeah, and I have to go, it's this. Yeah, so that ratio, mix it up, and then what you can do is you can lay it down on the actual plasticard, yeah, in like sausages. So go around the outside first, yeah, smooth it out, then go on the inside, put blobs down, and what you end up with is a very low level base. Now it's important that you use a non-shrinking stucco, a non-shrinking putty, yeah, filler. So avoid things like, avoid too much PVA or anything like that, because you'll get warping. But as long as you go with a filler, yeah, with a paper substructure, mixed in, put that in. When it sets, what you end up is with a very low profile, yeah, water base. And because it's filler, yeah, it'll hold it firm, it'll hold your water effects in, and I can get them down to, I can get my swamp bases down. When I was doing the pieces for the book, I got it down to about 4mm, off the yeah, 1mm for the base and about 3mm, just enough to be able to get a liquid pouring. Yeah. So guys, that's how I would do it without dremeling out MDF. The question is, Terrainiacs, how would you do it? What techniques would you do? Yeah, making low-level swamps or low-level water features. What are your tips? This is where we see. And I wait. So, and then everyone realised that no one's actually listening to me and they're all having a chat in their comments. Right. While I wait to see if anyone's got an answer on that one, they're talking mince pies. Spice from... Zidane saying, could you maybe lay down those sausages with a cork gun? I'd be concerned about using a cork gun because you'd be looking at something like silicone or what you call it, looking at something like an acrylic corking, and I'd be concerned about shrinkage and warping. As long as that wasn't a problem, yeah, and you didn't have any shrinkage problems that cause warping, you know, flappy sides, then definitely. What else we got? I would make the bank using some homemade sculptor mode. Exactly the same stuff. Paper putty. Paintable acrylic? Yeah, but like we say, it's the what you call it. I've used popsicle sticks as the base for streams, with grit built up on either side and a tiny bit of glue or resin coat in the centre to get a shiny water look. Obviously, that's really small scale. Yeah, but quite nice idea. I like that. Right. So yeah, that's how I reckon we'd handle swamps. Yeah, thin base, a non-shrinking putty. Yeah, so rather than dremeling it out, you start with a really thin base and you build up your banks. Okay, right, let's move on. Rinella's got a question for us. Oh, I've been experimenting making my own static grass using paint, acrylic bookshop purchase, and jut hessian cordage. I'm ending up with clumps similar to fir balls or felt. Any advice? Right, first off, you're not going to make static grass that way. Okay, static grass is nylon fibers. Yeah, and it's static grass. It's important that it's nylon fibers, and it's always nylon fibers because it's nylon. Yeah, and nylon generates a lot of static. Yeah, my tights used to shock me. All right, gonna have to explain that one, aren't I? Okay, Bostical, before we go into static grass, explain why your tights used to shock you. Okay, back in a young day when I was a medic, the British Army long johns, yeah, were horrific. They didn't keep you warm, but they were amazing at soaking up sweat and giving you hypothermia. So good, you know. So if you got your long johns on a cold night on X, and you have to do a bug out, and you have to run a couple of miles, and you get all sweaty. Yeah, your long johns get all sweaty. Then you stop, you go cold, and you freeze. Yeah, pardon me. Yeah. So at the time, we used to wear ladies' tights instead because they were breathable and they didn't hold the water and they kept you warm. But they were nylon, yeah, and you know, with a lot of running and stuff like that and static, yes. So, yeah, that's how I know nylon is static. But yeah, static grass, it's a nylon fiber, okay, and there are ways of actually making it. And you know, there's tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. But what I will say is, I've looked at it, and the chemicals they use to make it is horrific. They're really not nice. You know what I mean? Nice things. I mean, I like making my own scenic materials, and I can remember watching that tutorial and going, I'm not even going to go near that. You know what I mean? That just sounds like bad for my health. Tights are still good. They are, they are. Mel was in the film Men in Tights. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Fishermen still do. Doesn't surprise me. Do you know what? If I didn't have good winter clothes that I have now, yeah, I would wear tights. Yeah, going out because they're brilliant. You know, as a young lad, I always used to look at women in the winter wearing like, you know, normal sort of like, say, thigh-high skirts, you know, office skirts, knee-high skirts. And I used to look at them going, how can you let a cold air up there? You know what I mean? A bit of a... Yeah. After wearing tights, I completely understand. You are protected, ladies. Everbuild Clear Fix watered down with ISO is a great low-level swamps. I can see that. And there is also the other side of literally, using the resin for the base and building the swamp on top of the resin. You pour your resin and then you sprinkle your aggregates onto the resin and around the resin. But you never thought about that, did you? Right. So, with regards to making static grass, there's tutorials, but if you're going to be using hemp, hessian, any sort of like normal fibre, you're not going to get static grass. It won't separate. There will be a tendency for it to clump up and that sort of stuff through the mixing process, partly through, the acrylic paint bonding and that sort of stuff. You can knock it through a sieve if you do it that way and break them up afterwards, break the fibres, but make sure that anything where you're sieving, and creating fires. Thank you, Odin. Put a smile on my face. I'm still safe. I'm miles away from Go for Dancing. Right. So you can still sort of sieve it and that sort of stuff, but you've got to be careful, of dust. So mask up on that one. Catherine saying, hey, I resemble that remark. Back in the Stone Age, I had to wear nylons to school, to work and to dancing. I would as well. They're lovely. Really comfy. You know the Stone Age, back before Mick Jagger sired all those kids out of wedlock. Look at me. Of course I know the Stone Age. Right. That was question 2 of 9. If you're liking it, links down below, guys. Yeah. Right, Renella's got another cheeky question. 2 questions, Renella. Right. Go on then. Pre-show question? Gent, on the swamp, if you wanted to do an entire table as a swamp, then I would use Perspex 8x4 sheets suspended above a sheet with the swamp floor modelled, then place islands and flock onto the Perspex. I can see what you're doing there. I've seen something similar done at Salute for a site for an X-wing board. I can't remember the planet. The planet with the comms tower and the portal at the top with the beaches. Yeah, that was really nice. But they'd suspended a Perspex playing area above. Mel is as old as the universe. No. Just help make it. Bit of filler, bit of PVA. Earth. Scarif, that's it. Right, Renella's asking, with the trench build you use Jabite, and someone asked something similar on the group a few days ago. Is Jabite still your go-to for sculpting large hills? If it is, what would you use if it's out of stock? North Langston struggling for an economic supply. Right, first off, Jablite is a form of insulation here in the UK. It's an insulation brand if you didn't recognise it. What we're basically talking about, white bobbly polystyrene. It really depends on what sort of polystyrene I use, depends on what I'm building. And it depends on mainly how detailed I want the hill to be, how shaped, and no, that's not true. What's the best way of describing it? Okay. If I'm making a hill where I want to carve the rock face, I want to do a lot of shaping with the foam, I use XPS, extruded polystyrene, which is the really high density stuff. If I'm making a hill where I know that I'm going to be completely covering it with a skim of filler and grit and that sort of stuff, and none of the foam is going to be showing through, I'll use EPS, expanded polystyrene. The white bobbly stuff. Typically, I buy black Jablite, from the UK, which has a higher insulation factor. Now, the only reason I buy black jab light is because it shows up on my cameras better when I'm doing tutorials than the white stuff. Compared to the white stuff you can buy from jab light, it's exactly the same. Yeah, modeling purposes. The black stuff just works better for cameras so you can see, because otherwise you get weird exposure problems with it all being white. Ultimately, any white bobbly polystyrene can be made for terrain. The important thing is if you're using the soft bobbly one, yeah, then you've got to be using it for something you put in a complete coat over, because it's not sturdy enough on its own. If you use it, if you're not putting a coat over, or you want lots of detail from the foam showing, that sort of stuff, you can use the XPS, the extruded polystyrene, the high density stuff. Mel is the emperor of mankind's cousin, the emperor of terrain. It is rumoured that Mel is so old that the Big Bang was him blowing his static glass applicator up. Done that. Oh no, oh Flock, I've made a universe. At least he was wearing tights and not stockings. Calm down. Now transforms into a block of grass turf at night and blends in with his table. Sounds like I'm hiding in Minecraft. Is basic packing styrofoam good material to build small-scale dioramas? Yeah, basic packing styrofoam is EPS, expanded polystyrene, mate. So yeah, that's absolutely fine, dude. Right. So Renella's got her 2 questions. We are on 3 of 10. So it's been a good show. It's rolling. It's good to be back in it, guys. I like these question and answer show. It's back to feeling like I'm helping you with your terrain, and the banter also between, we get ideas between us. Although, I need another brew. Colin's saying, hey Mal, I received my book this past week. It's pretty incredible. Thanks. Dude, Colin, thank you. Mal invented the number 42. I do like the number 42. Styrodor, yeah. There's various suppliers of XPS and that sort of stuff around. Blue Foam is good. Panel Systems, craftfoam.co.uk, Panel Systems Limited, Pro Warm do good 10mm sheets, Pro Warm insulation on Amazon. Right, let's keep these questions going. We've got one from Tim. Okay, oh, it's a bit of a personal one. What's the biggest thing you were looking forward to in 2021? An event, a new release, winning the lottery? Right, first off, yeah, a fresh start. A much better year. Positive year. Ooh, that one struck me. I suppose at this time of year you start thinking about these questions, don't you? And cards on the tables, guys. Yeah, all of you know that, I've had troubles in the past, From when I was a wee one to, all the way through the channel. Yeah, everything from all sorts to years of black dog and bad times and that sort of stuff. And I can honestly say that if you were to get all of that stuff and all the stuff that Kate gave me, like almost, 12 years of mental health problems, yeah, and compressed them in a year, still wouldn't be a scratch on this year. Jesus wept. How am I still standing? How am I still standing? Because you did the right work. Done a lot of work, a lot of self-improvement. Yeah, a lot of professional work. Yeah, and I did it right. 9 months working with a guy called Noel, my NHS counsellor. Yeah, I am 3 months off my medication. Oh, I had a bit of a mental breakdown. Huge one. Huge mental breakdown. I mean, if you thought the stuff in the past on the channel when the black dog... so, yeah, this was, way back at the start of the year. And that's one of the reasons why things have taken, me and Dave, not just the lung health and that sort of stuff, but, the odd noggin stuff. But it meant that I engaged with NHS wellbeing. Yeah, and, I got some proper support, and I got someone who was like, right, no. And I got this bloke called Noel. And Noel, he's a bit of a new age hippie. Yeah, we've got our final session on Monday before I'm discharged, which is one of the reasons why I've got a smile on my face, and it feels like this year has ended, because it's like, right now you're in a good place, But I've done a lot of work on not coping, then not coping, but dealing. You know what I mean? Positivity and all this sort of stuff, and it's worked really well. Yeah, but I've got to say, I mean, this year, I know we've been going on about pandemic. I know people have lost loved ones. Yeah, and that is always, I don't want to say anything to belittle that. But the stuff I've been through, damn, I'm coming out the other side. So I think, to be truthful, I'm really looking forward to next year being a fresh start for me. A really positive fresh start. Yeah. Cut out a load of toxicity, cut out a load of toxic behaviour, all sorts of little things, lots of work. Yeah. And it's paid off. Oh, diggers, thank you for the power unit. Thank you, buddy. We're going to have to change that to a 3D printer after we get a power unit for Christmas. Dear Internet, dear Santa, I'm a bit old for that, aren't I? Yeah. But no. What do you call it? Yeah. What I'm looking forward to most year is really getting stuck into my passion with this channel. And just loving it. Just absolutely loving it. And I am. You know what I mean? So that's the thing I'm looking forward to most. Yeah. Like a reset for me. Yeah. And we are exactly in the right place for it. Just getting back into the channel, rolling up to Christmas. Loving the terrain stuff I'm doing. Yeah. Absolutely loving it. Others' suffering doesn't diminish yours. I know, Michael. I know, Mike. You're right, bud. I'll happily pitch a chunk for a 3D printer. Resin. I don't know what sort of printer. I've just got printer envy, okay? Printer envy. That's a whole new male issue, isn't it? Printer envy. It's rumoured that Mel is as old as Santa, for we all know he could be Santa. I haven't got the beard anymore. I look younger now. Without your guidance, we're all here with the hands glued to our boards, covered in PVA and static grass. Michael saying, terrain extrusion. Get resin, Mel. However, you will enjoy FDM for terrain. That's not what... this wasn't what we're supposed to be doing tonight. Now, I will check PayPal's in a minute, because the PayPal's aren't coming up on the screen. Yeah, Gribblies for buildings, resin. Oh, you see. Listen, we can talk about that sort of stuff tomorrow night. I've got questions to answer. I'm on 4 of 12. I'm with you on the printer envy, Mel. I know, Mike. I know people are printing. I know. Right, let's move on. Right, Fenris New Railroad. Right, you can get stuffed, mate, if I am answering this bloody question. Fenris New Railroad, watching on YouTube, asks, Mel, ideas for mini-Mel dioramas? You can post them in the Terrainiacs, but you ain't asking me for ideas for the mini-Mel dioramas. CJ saying, you kicked the bloody wasp mess, you did. I didn't. Hello, Facebook user. Right, okay, so on the mini-Mel, that's down to you guys. Yeah, not getting involved in it. Not getting involved in it. You can sod off. I am terrified to see what you lot do with me. There was a request for the STL, and I was like, with Dave, don't give it to him. No, I'm not authorising that. That STL is not going out. The things they will do to me if they can get me and digitally change me. No. Right. Question 6 of 13. Right. Quick check of the PayPals. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. I think we've had a couple. Thank you, guys. Okay. Just started. That's all right. I'm caught up. There we go. Right. mini-Mel in Baskin stockings. You see, this is why. This. No. Right. Question 6 of 14 from Mr. Tiger Tank. Watching on YouTube. Mel, do you have any advice on painting armies? I have some Warlord games, Waterloo Line Infantry, Hanoverian troops, and my joy is fizzling out. I'm trying to get them done and done well so I can move on. Any tips on painting them up and stay happy about it? Thanks, love the videos. Only thing I can sort of recommend is, I mean, Army Painter washes the dips, but brushed on, not dipped. Yeah, went over to Beasts of War when Army Painter did their hobby weekend, introducing, you know, their painting system. And to be perfectly honest, it's the quickest way to get through that. The other thing I think you need to remember, yeah, and something that took me a while to figure out, yeah, is when you're painting large armies, you're not going to be looking at those models up close. So it's a bit like planning, sitting down and going, right, you know, what details, what do I need on this model? You know, what are people actually going to see? Do I need to paint that detail if no one's going to get closer than 2 foot away from them as they look down at them in a ranch unit? So a bit of it is just, you know, focusing on doing what you need to do. Yeah, I mean, for rank and file, you don't need to paint eyes or do anything like that. You know, you don't even need to really paint lips. The details are so small when you look at them. Obviously on feature models, yes, yeah, but not on watch colour, not on rank and file. So I would keep the colours simple, have good contrasts, and use a wash system. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the highlights because in a rank and file unit, you're not going to notice. But painting through watch colour, working through big units and big armies. I did that with my NIDs. I painted like hundreds of Hormagaunts, detailed. Complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. But other than that, I can't tell you, mate. A trick of Rick Priestley for rank and file painting. Paint the front rack and the back, well, the middle one's just basic. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, you only really see the front. Isolation disorder. Thank you, buddy. First time catching you live, started on my display board. Any tips painting a steel effect? Questions in the dock, dude. Oh, I can't take cheeky questions. Right, let's carry on. Right, question 7 of 14. Remember, the Google Doc is down below. If you've got a terrain-related question you want to throw at me and the Terrainiacs, yeah, get it in the Google Doc. Yeah, and we'll talk it through. We've still got plenty of time. It's going to be a good show tonight. It's a good show. See, it's even better when we've got the questions, because the shows don't even feel like, you know what I mean? They fly by. Diggers. Right. Watching on YouTube. Hey Mel, thank you for the live stream. My pleasure, mate. Yeah, I know for some, when it comes to building, they tend to stay topical. One subject or theme, i.e. wargaming, diorama, terrain layouts. How would you benefit someone to branch out into different areas? How would it benefit someone to branch out into different areas? For instance, someone who does dioramas in a certain scale, to do something totally different and build something nowhere close to what they usually do. It's immensely beneficial to get out of get out of your bubble. Yeah, because it's cross training. Yeah, what you're doing is you're applying a similar set of skills in a different circumstance for a different result. So let's say you spent your entire hobby terrain making career making 28mm terrain. Do 15mm terrain. Do 6mm terrain. Because it forces you to work at a different scale, different glue amounts, more precision. Yeah, teaches you to not focus so much on little details, but on, yeah, the larger look of a piece, because it's so little, and then the piece is the little details. But what that does is it forces you to completely review how you use materials, how you look at projects. So when you bounce back to 28mm, you have a new perspective on it. Same can be said for diorama makers. Yeah, make some buildings that look nice that kids could play with. Your building techniques and your ability to make sturdy models will go through the roof. And then when you go back to your diorama making, yeah, the techniques you learn, yeah, to make that tough playable piece, you can transfer into your diorama making. So if you're making something relatively delicate, yeah, it's like, oh, I'll pull that blocking technique of throwing little cuts of balsa wood, yeah, little chunks into the corners with a bit of PVA reinforced on internal structures and stuff like that. It gives you different skills. Yeah, so there's always a benefit for branching out into different scales, into terrain for different purposes. I mean, look at it this way: you make wargames terrain. Yeah, have a go at making an educational piece for a school, local school, whatever your kid's doing a topic on. Don't tell them. Just make a small piece that demonstrates that bit in history. Yeah, put the real detail into it. Yeah, the sort of detail you wouldn't do in your wargaming terrain. Do it for the kids. Give it to the teacher. Yeah, your kid will get out. You know, next time your kid does something really horrific, yeah, like Corbin and Wills used to do, you'll be the parent who used to make them makes them their diorama models. They'll love you. You get out of so much stuff. I mean, trust me, it works. It really works. If you make models for the school to help them educationally, and the Ofsted inspectors like that, your kid could be a terror. Yeah, you'll get away with it. They'll still love you. Yeah, but yeah, definitely diggers. There is definitely a reason for getting out of your lane, so to speak. Right. So I hope that answers your question, diggers. If you liked it, links down below. Next question, 8 of 6. You're knocking these questions out, aren't you? Gordon's asking, watching on YouTube, how would you treat polystyrene before painting it? I normally just give it a quick skim. Yeah, a filler, watered down filler. Yeah, doesn't matter what the actual terrain is, what the piece is, or whether it's EPS, especially if it's EPS, or even if it's XPS. So even if it's expanded or whether it's extruded, yeah, I I always give it a skim of just filler. And what I do is I'll get my filler tub, I'll scoop 2 fingers out, yeah, I'll smear it on the top of the hill, and I'll get my hand and I'll literally dip it in my water bucket, yeah, where I wash my brushes out and that sort of stuff, my, an ice cream pot, and then I'll just wet the filler and I'll just keep smoothing it. And just add it, smooth it out, push it around, and I'm not looking to put a thick coat on, I'm actually looking to put, it's actually less than a millimetre, yeah, but it primes it. With expanded polystyrene, the other thing that it does is, as you smooth it out, it fills all the spaces between the polystyrene little, don't know what that hurt. Between the polystyrene little bubbles and stuff like that. And so very quickly it becomes smooth, gets rid of that. It doesn't completely get rid of the bobbly look, yeah, but 90% of it gets rid of it. Also, it really firms it up, and filler can take paint, so you can paint straight on top of it. And that's my go-to way, yeah, of prepping polystyrene. Just a thin skim of a filler, or if you're in the US, stucco. Spackle, not stucco, sorry. 3D printers are a few £100, aren't they? Yeah, they are. But I don't even know which one you lot are recommending me to get. Mel, have you ever tried a Wigan kebab? A Wigan kebab, isn't that something like a pasty or something, or a normal meal inside of a kebab? A normal takeout sort of meal? Some of you folks think the mod's main job is keeping a handle on you folks. Nope, we're here to keep him out of trouble. That's so true. I get managed by my mods. They're lovely people. It's a pie and a muffin. That's it. A pie and a muffin. Right. Okay, so Gordon, hope that answers your question, mate. Yeah, quick filler skim is all you need. And literally, just keep watering the filler down until you can't smooth it out anymore. That's as thin as you need it. And it works a treat. Right, question. You guys really are not... Oh, colon! I've been dealing with depression since I was a child, chronic low self-esteem, self-worth, and lack of confidence throughout my life, including my career. People don't realise how... Oh, no, we're refreshing that one. People don't realise how strong people like you and I have to be to survive on a daily basis. First off, mate, thank you. Yeah. Second off, a lot of people do. Yeah, don't think you're alone. Yeah, struggling, mate. Please don't. Yeah, I thought I was alone for a long time with my struggles and that sort of stuff until I did a live show. Yeah, and I just asked. I've got about 100 people watching, and I just asked, okay, who's had problems with the black dog? And I think we had something like 62 out of the 100 people, yeah, say, yeah, put their hands up. And that's people who are willing to admit it, yeah. And so it is far more common, yeah, the struggles we go through. If I can make one really good recommendation to anyone out there, yeah, and it's really simple, and it worked really well for me. You spend a lot of time putting yourself down, yeah. Yeah, you spend a lot of time putting yourself down when you got the black dog and that sort of stuff on. one of the things I found really good is listening to wellness and positivity podcasts on Spotify. I know, it was Noel the hippie. Noel, the new age hippie. I keep calling him new age, he's about my age. Yeah, but he's got a ponytail and everything, but he got me onto it. Yeah, and I have a couple of podcasts I listen to, and they're just things that basically tell you, yeah, you're not what you're saying. You know, you're a good guy. Be positive. It's a fresh day. Yeah, and you need that positivity in your life. Yeah, because we're not positive to each other. Yeah, not even by default. I mean, the standard way we talk to people is we have a bit of a bitch. Bloody government, bloody weather, Christmas is coming. You know, we don't go, hey, you're looking great. What's put that smile on your face? I mean, you guys put this smile on my face, which is why I love doing this. But we're not positive to each other, and even in families and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's either negativity or it's just plod on logistics, day-to-day conversations to get you through. But no one picks you up. Yeah, I mean, you guys picking me up and putting me on a pedestal, and your responses to my video and me helping you with your hobby and that sort of stuff was a major help for me. Yeah, and separating back from the channel, yeah, I didn't realize how much I'd missed it. If you don't have that, you're not in the lucky position of, sod it, I'm a massive depressive and I'm going to start a YouTube channel to connect with the world. I mean, that's how I fix myself. This YouTube thing was something to do whilst, I was in a massive depression and unable to work. But if you don't have that ability, then just listen to podcasts and positivity, well-being, yeah. And yeah, it does sound a little arty, but yeah, just go with it. Yeah, you just got to learn to relax and go with it. I mean, there's times, yeah, here's one for you. All right, a little story, yeah, from last night. I've been struggling with insomnia and my sleep pattern. I did a lot of work through the night, yeah, when I was wrapping up the book with Dave and working on the PDFs and that sort of stuff, and it's really knocked my sleep off, yeah, like significantly, and it's hard pattern set. So I've been trying to get to sleep earlier and earlier and earlier, but I've been really struggling, yeah, like lying in bed for hours upon hours. I mean, literally getting up, cooking meals. Been lying here 3 hours. I'm hungry. Go have food. Yeah. And what you call it? I tried a sleep podcast. Yeah, where techniques for getting sleep, and it's just breathing exercises. It's just what you call it. Body focus. Yeah, and it's it's Noel stuff. With his ponytail, which is all very well and good. Yeah, but here's the thing. There's this one bit, and you've got to go with the flow, yeah. Because old cynics like us, and I know there's a fair few of us out of here, like I think it's something to do with terrain builders, but there's a few of us, yeah. See what you call it? I'm lying back. It's going. Imagine your body resting. Imagine your shoulders resting. Imagine what you call it? Your heart and your lungs resting. Yeah, and there's this little bit of like combat medic physio in me going, yeah, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, and then they go, imagine your stomach resting. Imagine your intestines. And no, not resting, relaxing. Relaxing. Yeah, imagine your bladder and bowels relaxing. And I get this little snigger whilst I'm like trying to like do these breathing exercises of I'm gonna poo myself if relaxing. I mean, you have to tense up your entire body. And what you call it? You don't want to be doing that. But anyway, yeah, on the mental health side, don't think what you call it. Don't think you're alone. Yeah, it is hard. But if you can't get anyone to pick you up, get on Spotify. Check out some podcasts for well-being. Yeah, positivity. They make a massive difference. Right, I need to get back to terrain. Don't relax that much. I tried not to. It was fresh bedding. Right. Night terrain. Watching on YouTube. There are billions of ways to build trees for terrain. What is your go-to way? Which is the best you have seen? It depends, mate. It depends on the purpose of the tree. I like wire twist trees, but on the basis of on when I'm making large feature trees. In general, I don't make trees. I buy them and tart them up. It's just cheaper and quicker and easier that way. Yeah. Mel, your whole audience is now asleep. We've knocked 20 off. 20 people left in that conversation. Yeah. I hope they're happy in the land of Nod. Yeah, but going back to trees, generally, like I say, I like doing I like making wire trees for the full feature trees. If I'm not making wire trees, then I tend to buy cheaper ones and tart them up by, dressing them, do bark work. I think it's saying, I thought it was a great conversation. We rock and roll. Let's have a nose. I don't even know where people are watching from right now. We've got 8 on Twitch. We've got probably about 20 on Facebook. Yeah, and 130 on the old, YouTube. It's good. It's good. Right. That's Colin, that's okay. Not missing anyone, that's the thing. Right. Pre-made tree armatures for the easy win. Yeah, I like them. If you're making tall trees, where is it? There's the Woodland Scenics. Woodland Scenics is a railway scenics manufacturer. Yeah, and what they do is they make all sorts of scenic materials, but they make these learning kits as well, and they're sort of loss leaders. So I think it's about 20 bucks for a learning kit, and they do water ones and they do rock ones, and you always get more in them, yeah, than if you'd buy the products individually. But they do a tree one, and it comes with the glue you need. It comes with about 18 different armatures. And what they do is they sell it like a loss leader. So for people who are making railway models, here's a little learning kit, and you make a few, and then you go to, because you make it such a big, expansive layout, you like them, you go to Woodland Scenics and you buy loads of them. But the thing is, the learning kit, yeah, for the trees is pretty much all you need to make enough tree bases for a decent set of scatter terrain for Warhammer. So for 20, it's like I've got my armatures, I've got my glue, I've got my clump foliage, everything I need. Yeah, it works perfect. Mel, out of interest, do you support a football team? Not anymore. Not anymore. I've worked at Crew Alex. I've worked at I've worked at Crew Alex. I've trained at Port Vale and Stoke City. Yeah. I'm a sports physiotherapist. I used to be an FA licensed physiotherapist. I trained at Lilleshall. I did the 2-year national diploma course. The 2-year national diploma in the treatment and management of injuries by the Football Association Medical Society, FAMS. And I was a Football Association emergency aid instructor as well. I used to teach emergency aid to other coaches, to Sunday coaches and stuff like that for the FA. And so I don't really follow football teams anymore because I got jaded with it. I got jaded with the players. And so I much prefer, semi-pro, something below B's Prem, bit of passion in it. Right. Right, I'm going to switch off the Google Doc now because I've got another 10 questions to ask. So, if you haven't asked your question yet, You'll have to figure another way. Or wait till next Sunday. Because otherwise, this is going to go on for a long time. And it's going to be a long show, folks. We are already past the hour. Right, question 10 of 19. Heartless Joe. I need ideas for a battle table. I want it slightly older, like just before World War II, and when things are rising in Germany. That shouldn't be hard, mate. I mean, you've got a country, so you've got a region of the world. You've got a time period. Yeah, all you really need to do now is jump into the history books, go and have a look at a chronology, yeah, of World War II in Germany around that time. Find some key incidents that happened in the lead up that you'd like to play out, where they happened. Then you can go and have a look at a quick Google Earth, yeah, a quick research on Google to see what was around. So if you want the ideas are there, and you've already got the basic principle. You've got a location, you've got a rough time period. Yeah, now you need something to inspire you from it. Go look at a chronology of what happened. You know, who was shot where? Archduke Ferdinand's. Where was he shot? Can I turn it into a game? The initial blitzkrieg into Poland. All right, where did that happen? What was the terrain like? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Use the location, use your rough time period, then hit a chronology and use history for your ideas. Yeah, you'll find an idea that you like the idea of playing out. That will give you an opportunity to research a more detailed location, a specific event. Perhaps we'll find out what forces were involved. If it was a town, you'll be able to get maps of the town and all sorts. Night done. Great to see you, Mel. My Hoth table was a great success thanks to your tips, videos and teachings. Cheers, mate. No worries, Will. So Heartless Joe. Yeah, that's how I do it. Narrow it down, get yourself a chronology, find something that interests you, and you'll soon have a table idea, mate. Right. If you like it, links down below. Or is it, if you like it, and if you love it, the links are down below. That was it. It's been ages since I've done this sort of stuff. Right. Dirk is asking, have you learned anything new concerning MDF terrain, or are your videos about still up to date? Yeah, my videos are still up to date. I'd like to do an MDF video, you know, and just do a back to basics on MDF kits. Yeah. And just bring and update them in a decent quality, because there's quite a few techniques and stuff all over the place. But if you're caught up on my current vids, pretty much all the the most important thing is, if you're making the top 10, if you're making MDF kits, is check out my top 10 tips for MDF kits. That's a struggle saying it. Top 10 tips for MDF kits. Yeah. The reason why I say that is just quite simply, the putting them together well, yeah, sealing them, getting them prepped, and you know, a few of the other little things you can do with them. They're the best things you can do for MDF terrain. Everything else is a little bit more. Oh, pardon me. People are still, still talking about 3D printers. Right, so that's Dirk questions. Moving on. Question 12 of 19. Right, Will saying, your basing guide is top notch, Mal. I've already been putting it to good use. Ooh, post in the Terrain Essentials book club. Yeah, what you've been using it for. Links down below, guys. Heartless Joe. What's the biggest project you've done in your lifetime? Not just terrain. Project? I think the biggest project I've done in my lifetime would be this channel, and making like a terrain resource of tutorials and an archive old techniques and stuff like that. Biggest terrain project has got to be the Burma build, hasn't it? Maybe they had mech stuff. Don't know. I don't rate on size. Okie dokie. Mel, you need to get my hands on that PDF on bases. Mel, need to get my hands on that PDF on bases. It'll be available when what you call it? When the book hits the street, as they say, the street date. Okay, really easy question. Yeah. Different Gears asking, watching on YouTube. What did you have for dinner tonight, Mel? I'm running out of ideas myself. I had a Thai chicken stir fry with red peppers, mate. There you go. Tam saying, Mel, maybe time to close the questions, Doc? Yeah, I did that, Tam. Don't worry. Yeah. Will saying the D-Day table was pretty impressive. Yeah, it was a nice table. I like that. Who's the richest person you've ever punched? Don't know. I mean, I don't know if any of the lads from JKD, what you call it, became rich. Too technical for me. It's an Asda stir fry, mate. All you got to do is throw it in a pan. Everything's already done. Right, moving on. Question 14 of 19. This one's from Jansen, watching on YouTube. What are your thoughts on using LEDs on terrain, and have you had any success using them? Right, this comes up, what do you call it? This comes up every so often, the idea of using lights and that sort of stuff with terrain. And for a very long time, yeah, I don't like it personally. It came from what? It came from way back when they started trying to use LEDs in model kits in 40k, and people were making Land Raiders with LED lights. And I just imagined, push the hatch for effective noise, and it just, for me, it made it like a toy instead of a model. And that carried over into terrain. Now, that being said, yeah, Kai at the studios, Kai the robot guy, yeah, he did some wonderful stuff with LEDs, and he had some awesome materials like cuttable card that you could put a charge on, yeah, electric charge, and it would light up in different colours and stuff like that. And it was like, I could really use that stuff. And so it's there, the LED stuff in the back of my mind. Do you know what I mean? I have an idea for it. Yeah, I have an idea for it. Yeah, but I want to tie it into an X-Wing build, a special X-Wing table that I want to do special resin, but I need a load of small gribbly bits, which is 3D printer stuff. So that was shelved for the future. Yeah. So, not to saying LED use on boards, keep it minimal. I'd agree with that. Jimmy's saying LEDs have their uses in the right place. I can certainly see that. Mel, are you too old to know what Reddit is? Oi! I'm old enough, yeah, to be banned from the 40k subreddit because of some dude, some moderator who really thought he was the thing. But yeah, I know what Reddit is. A Terrainiacs subreddit. Is that something people would be interested in, really? Boy Shaker saying, when people cram LEDs into small miniatures, it bugs me. Mel equals old as Medusa. I put LEDs in hanger doors on my hoth table, but didn't go overboard. I wanted it to be part of the story, not turn it into a toy playset. Yeah, I think that's the key. I think you've got to use it like a garnish, something just to, make a table pop. Yeah, and LEDs can certainly serve a purpose, in hangers in areas where they wouldn't have light. Yeah, LEDs can give light. Yeah, which enhances. Yeah, you've just got to be really careful. Yeah, that you don't turn your terrain into a Christmas tree. I've seen that happen. I've seen tables like that at shows where people have thought loads of lights would be great. And it just loses it. It just doesn't work. Right. Let's keep going. Question 15 of 19. Chandran. Will Millie Mel be available to buy for those who missed out on the Kickstarter? I need one. I'm a fellow Stokey. Well, I can tell you right now, there's none in Stoke because I don't have any. Yeah, you won't be able to buy Mini Mel. Yeah, not that I'm aware of. We were talking that we might allow Warlord to have a small stock, but what we decided was that it's better that people who didn't back the book, who really want the Mini Mel, who just like back the PDF and just went digital, yeah, get an opportunity. So if you if you want a Mini Mel but you didn't buy the physical book, yeah, the only way you can get one is if you're a digital backer and you email Dave saying with an email saying, Dave, I'd like a Mini Mel. I'm a digital backer, please. And all you've got to do is just cover the shipping, because obviously if you're a digital backer, yeah, you've not paid for any shipping, and therefore happy to ship you one. We just need to cover the shipping, because we really got screwed on the shipping, like 3-4 times the price, like massive amount. Like, where's all that gone? So right, so yeah, Mini Mels, that's the only way. You got banned? Yes, I got banned from the 40k subreddit. 150,000 subscribers. Yeah, I get pre-release items sent to me from Games Workshop. Banned from the 40k subreddit. Was he Jedi Dark Hammer Ben or something like that? The guy's name was. I have never met a man. Yeah, to quote Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam, there has never been a man in more need of something in history than that Dark Jedi Ben, I think it was. There may be a few Mini Mels selling on eBay for $100. Hey, if there's Mini Mels selling on eBay for $100, I'm going to ask Date Warlord, ship me some. Right. Moving on. And we're going to be wrapping up the show soon. Listen, guys, if you've liked the show, obviously, links down below. Yeah, it is appreciated. It does put a smile on my face, and it does buy me my kebabs. As well as a 3D printer, hopefully. And that power supply. Not sure if we go for a power supply or a powered USB hub. We're having problems with getting power to all the webcams from the computer. Yeah, which is affecting the quality of when we're doing the stream. Yeah, so either up the power supply unit or we get a really good USB powered hub. And I'm not something cheap because it's got to take serious data rates. Yeah. Got to call at least the end of this. Well, remember, I'm here 9 o'clock every night until Christmas now, guys. Right, John West is asking, have you ever used textured spray paint for DIY shops for a quick render on building? It dry brushes up great, a treat. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Rust-Oleum do a really good collection. I've used textured sprays quite a few times. Only thing you've got to be careful of is, what you call it? Covering up details, or the texture going over in. So I tend to spray sub-assemblies, keep the roof off and that sort of stuff while I'm spraying this, cover things over. Yeah. Gotta go and get a cheese toasty. Thanks for the chat. No worries, Ken. Michael saying, well, what did you do to get banned? I think I posted a link to the Terrain Tutor channel when I'd just become the Terrain Tutor. Yeah, the Terrain Tutor is banned. Not Melbose, the Terrain Tutor. You probably just got a 600 watt PSU. I don't even think it's that, mate. Right. So yeah, texture spray paints, they're great, but make sure you remember they're going to texture everything they hit. So work in sub-assemblies, keep an eye on what you're actually doing, cover things up with blue tack, cover things up with plastic, cover things up with masking tape. Yeah. And that should be fine. Right, question 17 of 19. Mel. Yeah, Heartless Joe again. Mel, what tool do you recommend for spreading filler? My mum's fancy cake slicer or a steel filler knife from B&M that could rip polystyrene. Thanks for the stream. I use my hand. Yeah. If I'm being prosh, I'll use a stiff bristled badger hairbrush. Yeah. Just to spread it around. But pretty typically, if I'm spreading filler and applying it, I tend to be watering it down. Yeah. It's far easier to water it down and spread it out just with your fingers. A lot of terrain builders with YouTube channels have been sent 3D printers by manufacturers as they use the prints in their builds. Maybe a few phone calls or emails need to be sent. I don't like doing that. I feel really dodgy. Yeah, so Mark, do it for me. Steve's in COVID recovery, so it's power naps all day long. I know that one. That was March and April for me. I'm currently a mod admin on several different channels, and sometimes it's difficult to remember what I'm doing and who I'm working for. Heartless Joe is saying, I don't like getting messy. Put gloves on then, mate. Still works. Right, we're going to be wrapping up. We are on question 18 of 19 next. Yeah, which has been a really good show. Really good show, folks. And Jansen's asking, have you ever tried HDF board for bases instead of MDF? Apparently, it's what do you call it? More resistant to the taint of the warp. Yes. Yeah. One's high density fiber board. Yeah. The other one's medium density fiber board. Yeah. HDF is tougher. It also needs. It's harder to sand. Yeah. It's harder to cut and that sort of stuff because it's high density. So absolutely yes, but if I want the benefit of the strength of a high density fiber, I might as well use plyboard. It's cheaper. So no reason why you can't use HDF, but you don't have to. Okay. 12th day out of hospital. Hope you get better soon, buddy. Ryan Cogley, maybe because the channel has been rather quiet that they haven't contacted him. Don't know. Don't reach out and ask for stuff. Ply coated in PVA. Yeah, that works well. Right, we are on the last question, folks. 19 of 19 of our first Sunday nighter, proper Sunday nighter in a long time. And we have been dishing out the info tonight. Right. Servitors. Watching on YouTube. Final question to Senator. Are you going to be doing any of the new Necromunda Zone Mortalis terrain? Would love to see you do some and work your magic on it. Haven't got any, mate. And to be truthful, haven't got a materials budget to get any in any quantity. Don't want to really reach out to Games Workshop or anything like that. So, it's unlikely. Yeah. More than likely, I'll just keep concentrating on the stuff I've got, the Mechanicum stuff, and play with those. Yeah, I do like the Necromunda stuff and the Zone Mortalis stuff that they've done, though. It's just a budget thing. Yeah. And so, you know, I've got other projects, and one of those projects is my Kill Team board as well. So I don't want to be taking on more, 40k stuff than I'm already handling. I've got the big Burma build. We've got to get back into the Let's Makes. Yeah, there's lots to do. And so that's where I'm thinking. But maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Right, folks. That was the last question. 19 questions this show. Pretty much most of them all terrain, which was a good one. It's been a brilliant show, guys. It really has. I've loved being here. Yeah, you can tell by the smile on my face. Yeah, on the 3D printers and all that sort of stuff. Don't know. We'll talk about that. Yeah, over this week. Remember, I am live streaming all this week. 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. UK time, every night up until Christmas. Yeah, you can jump on a stream with me. I'll be building at the table. Yeah, and just doing my thing. So you're welcome to hang out with me. Yeah, and we'll have a good wind up for Christmas. Yeah, in the meantime, if you like it, click like. If you love it, there's links down below to support the show. Yeah, that's down to you. Yeah, but when you do, you put a smile on my face, so thank you. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to ask you for 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah. Put a smile on my face. Only if you've enjoyed it, of course. Laters, folks. Ta-ra. I'm getting smooth at this. Like my head. Laters, guys. See you 9 o'clock tomorrow night.